Storms have avoided the metro for most of the day, but not along the northern Front Range, where we saw some isolated storms this afternoon. You're looking at video from Alt, Colorado, and just north of there is a tornado warning right now on the Colorado-Nebraska line. Back here in Denver, looking out from the top floor of 9 News, it is a little windy, but dry in the metro. Lots of outdoor activities this weekend, like concerts and sports games and various festivals. At this point, should be mostly unaffected tonight. Thanks for joining us for 9 News at 5. I'm Jennifer Meckles. Our weather impact team has been tracking these storms as they move through this weekend. Corey Reppenhagen joins us now. This is the time of year, Corey, it gets kind of busy in your office.
It is, and the radar is really busy right now on a lot of areas except the Denver metro area right now. And most of the Front Range, you can see on live radar, the entire Front Range pretty quiet. We've got a line of very strong storms, but not severe. Just out to the east of that, we have a tornado warning in progress on the very edge of the Nebraska Panhandle. A tornado has been spotted there just to the south of Interstate 80. And we have another rotating supercell thunderstorm out here in Yuma County. It actually carried a tornado warning because it was spinning so rapidly briefly, and that has been dropped. But there is still a severe thunderstorm warning on it, and that is heading in the direction of Holyoke, and it'll be there in the next 20 to 30 minutes. It does have a potential for some 1-inch hail also. This is actually a live camera shot of that storm from the city of Ray looking to the north. You can see some updrafts here and a turkey vulture. He doesn't seem to be too concerned about this storm, but that is a pretty powerful storm there to the north of Ray, headed into Holyoke right now. Here in Denver, though, we're pretty nice. We've got a lot of blue skies and sunshine around. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Really cool evening the next 3 days. Tomorrow's going to be a kind of a quiet day, and then the storms will be back on Monday. So I'll describe that coming up in just a minute.
All right, Corey, thank you. And taking a live look out now over Denver International Airport, where the FAA has now called for a ground stop thanks to thunderstorms in the area. They originally planned to cancel that around 4:30. It's now been extended through 5:30. So far, more than 250 flights have been delayed. One has been canceled. We will keep an eye on that for you. Colorado's dry winter has really been shaping summer recreation, while low snowpack raises very serious concerns about water supply. There's a tubing company in Golden that says it's also creating a rare opportunity. 9 News reporter Ria Jha tells us how.
We have seen tons of tubers coming out today, and while it's a beautiful day to do it, the owner of the tubing company said this has never happened before.
We were baptized. Yes, we were. We were baptized by Golden, Colorado today.
Clear Creek's first splash came in early this year.
We didn't know it would be open this early.
Well, I thought it was going to be open in June.
I was surprised for it to be open. I know they said that they would be starting in June.
Nope. Tubing season is already afloat.
They took our reservation, and I was happy to because, once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah. This is literally one of a kind in 20 years.
Beth Batilla,
pretty special,
is the owner of Adventure West Tube and e-bike rentals. She said their Memorial Day opening weekend for tubing was earlier than ever before.
Normally we would open tubing in Golden in late June, early July. And that is due to usually high water from the snowpack rolling into Golden.
Usually, the spring snowmelt sets the pace.
And the water here would be rushing by, going straight over the dam. It would be very hard to get out at the takeout. That's what it would normally look at like this time of year.
This year, the current changed. This way, guys. A dry winter upstream, creating calmer waters downstream.
This year, it's vastly different. We are open for families with children because the water is at the perfect depth and the perfect flow rate.
How long it lasts depends on the forecast.
Get it while you can. We just don't know how long it's going to last. We're hoping and praying for continued rain to replenish.
For now, Golden is going with the flow.
I'd go again. I would go again.
So the tubing completely depends on the water level here at Clear Creek. If the river drops too low, the owner says the tubing will have to stop. But right now, they said they are solid, and the bus shuttle is opening next week. Reporting in Golden, Ria Jha, 9 News.
Today, one person died after being hit by an RTD train. It happened near Jackson Street and Colorado Boulevard around 12:40 this afternoon. This is part of the A-line, the 40th and Colorado station. That crash impacted the A-line for several hours. RTD had shuttle buses running in both directions to the airport while that train was down. Denver police are now investigating. The man from Castle Rock who tried to flee the country before his child sexual assault case has now been sentenced. 45-year-old Jorge Campos was found guilty back in March of sexual assault of a child. Before he could face his sentencing, though, he skipped court, cut off his ankle monitor, and went on the run. Police in New Mexico arrested him a couple days later, said he was getting on a bus headed for Mexico. On Friday, Campos was sentenced to life in prison. We are days away from ballots going out for Colorado's statewide primary election, and the only televised debate with all three Republican candidates is next week here on 9 News. We'll have a live commercial-free hour Tuesday, June 2nd at 6 p.m. for the GOP gubernatorial primary debate. Victor Marks, State Senator Barb Kirkmeyer, and State Representative Scott Bottoms. Then on Thursday, June 4th at 6 p.m., it's the Democrats' turn. U.S. Senator Michael Bennet and Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser. Ballots hit the mail in early June for the June 30th primary. Today, we have learned nearly $3 million worth of work is now scheduled for the Denver pavilions this summer. The Denver Downtown Development Authority made that announcement after purchasing the property last December. The DDA says work to improve the parking garage will start in July. Roof maintenance and repairs for the pavilions start in August. The DDA is going to replace the Clifford Still mural on the pavilions off 15th Street over the summer as well. There's a local artist, Olive Moya, will be helping design the new artwork. Next summer, the Aspen-Pitkin County Airport will close for nearly 8 months, part of a big modernization project at that airport. Work like noise reduction, a new passenger terminal, runway work, and improved accessibility. During that time, Aspen says its businesses, lodging, and event venues will stay open, and they hope and plan to have the airport back open in time for the start of the ski season. Again, not this winter, but the following summer into winter.